Welcome guys back to more episodes of Person of Interest. We're on to episode 14. So the whole last episode was a futile attempt in the end to try and locate Shaw that were led down the garden path purposely by the Decima guy who we now know has Shaw and that she is alive. So at least that's confirmed. Anything more than that? Don't know. Let's carry on.
Any progress on the backlog of numbers we missed when Samaritan went on the offensive?
Back to these two.
The ones I've looked into are already dead or locked up for the crimes we failed to prevent. Professor Whistler has jury duty.
What?
And I can't ignore it for fear of attracting unwanted attention.
Of course.
To cover identity.
Grading exams.
Oh, look who it is.
Where do you
It's
see-
Nina.
Oh, at a local
French?
college.
I was a high school English teacher for 41 years. That way in public school, we barely had enough money for books and teachers, let alone
Stop
fancy
talking.
laptops.
I don't really follow the news, so I guess I don't have an opinion one way or the other.
No challenge, Your Honor.
No challenge.
No, I can't think of anything that would prejudice me in this case. Government of the people, by the people anymore, can
No,
we?
you can't.
Because we're all being watched by an intelligent supercomputer that's slowly but surely taking over the world.
Please tell me he's dreaming and he's not. The words that he's speaking are not coming out of his mouth. What the hell are you doing?
What did I say about cell phones? Zero tolerance. You are held in contempt.
What? No, I swear it was not. That's not even my ringtone.
It seems we have a seat to fill.
Oh, shit.
Professor Whistler,
There you go.
your number is up.
He was doing it to try and get out of it, so he sounded nuts and conspiracy theorist. I get it, but I was like, what's he doing? Yeah, it makes sense now. I just panicked. They're just going to go, oh, he's one of them.
When I said I was looking forward to our next session, John, I didn't expect you to make me wait so long.
Is that your way of saying you missed me,
Been
Iris?
busy.
There was a death in the family.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Leave it at that.
Someday soon, your phone will have a little 5K on its screen. The hardworking CEO of a major telecommunications firm who was gunned down in her own home by her own husband, Chad Bryson. That their marriage was on the rocks, and that out of jealousy and greed, Chad Bryson chose to kill his wife, Caroline, rather than risk being left with nothing.
Prescriptions for antidepressants and appointments with a psychiatrist suggest that she's not happily retired.
Nothing wrong with getting a little help, Finch.
Certainly not.
Yeah, that's not
Yesterday, she
right.
denied knowing anything about it.
Yes, she did.
Telling them what they want to hear to get herself on that jury.
There's some sort of ulterior motive going on here. The woman who says she's a retired school teacher and she's playing the I'm just another normal person in the street. I don't watch TV. I don't listen to newspapers, and it's plastered all over the place. Don't know which side she's going to be even yet.
But there's a bar near here until recently belonged to Elias.
Damn it, Lionel.
Oh,
So I'm thinking maybe your missing person used to do business with Elias.
Lionel? I said I could handle it.
Will the company fail without her?
no.
Oh, no, we're in good hands now with Dean Reston, our new CEO.
Stress-related illnesses. Caroline's employees were so miserable they were getting sick, leaving the company in droves. Isn't it possible one of them killed her?
Objection.
I couldn't find any evidence she was trying to buy a weapon.
Perhaps her plan involves a method of attack you haven't considered?
Maybe I couldn't find out Emma's plan because she was working with a partner.
Here's lunch.
What's wrong? It's an
People are trying to kill off the jury.
He's an anaphylactic shock.
Emma's not the perpetrator here, Mr. Reese. Someone's trying to fix this trial, and they're willing to kill to make it happen.
Yes, they are. That much is obvious. Damn.
What are you doing here?
I do a lot of business here, especially when high-ranking officials get arrested in a hot tub with hookers and blow, and they need me
Yeah.
to clean up the mess. Saw you snapping pictures of the jurors, and Harold's one of them.
Thanks.
At the beginning of this episode, he said, obviously because of the identity that he's using as Harold Whistler, that it's just come up You know, because we all have this. At some point, you can end up getting jury duty. And that it's just a coincidence. Is it? Because it seems as though we are right where they need to be. And in an official capacity, has the machine made sure he's called for jury duty here? I don't know. Or is it just right place, right time for once?
Here's what I've got so far. Alpha bitch Lana. Well, she'd be fired in a heartbeat if her bosses knew that she was embezzling. Superman Tim has a good-sized gambling problem. Prosecutorial misconduct going on. 9 times out of 10, the person who wants to fix the trial is the person on trial.
Chad Bryson.
Picked the right person to sway the jury. Emma's smart, she's patient, she's likable. If Emma says that Chad's not guilty, people are gonna believe her.
So much for individual decision-making and choice and seeing it completely impartially. I know that's what juries are there for, and that's what the justice system asks of them. But we all know the human psyche and conditioning works precisely exactly how she says. People will look at others to lead. And I don't mean as a leader, I mean they will follow their lead depending on the type of person that they think they are, that they can decision make based on whatever evidence is presented by the prosecution, and they will follow whatever they do. I think this is actually, it's quite accurate, showing that you may have 10, 12 people on a jury, and you'll have probably at least half of them that are looking at someone else's decision to make their own.
Harold, this isn't science, it's law.
Yeah.
Rational thought doesn't apply.
The cell records clearly placed Chad near the house when it happened.
Yeah, I just don't think he did it.
Are you kidding me? Look at all of this.
With all due respect, ma'am, I handle rooms just like this one every day.
And I was a teacher for many years. I know quite a lot about resolving disputes.
Friendly
You
or
need to
not.
come out swinging.
Give him hell, Harry.
Please don't call me that.
Okay, should we get started?
Well, this Chad person is clearly guilty.
The voicemail he left Caroline shows he had motive.
Wait, wasn't Emma supposed to be pushing for not guilty?
What's going on?
There's only one person that would want to make sure that Chad Bryson is found guilty of murdering Carolyn Mills. And that's the person who actually killed her.
I mean, is there anyone in this room who isn't positive that Chad is guilty?
We read this one all wrong.
That someone probably killed Caroline.
We need to find that fixer and hunt down the real killer.
Weren't you all give him the chair a second ago?
I may have been a bit hasty when we first walked in the room.
But I got to thinking about what's at stake here. Chad Bryson's freedom, justice for Caroline's death.
Palladino have come around to my point of view.
All I said was I wasn't sure anymore.
That's reasonable doubt.
Please,
It is.
Now, if we can take one more look at that partial fingerprint found near the crime
No.
scene.
Who's in his hospital?
Okay. This isn't getting us anywhere, so let's just take a break.
We started to think that there might be a cover-up going on at Infinite's.
Yeah,
So
maybe.
I used some of your hacking tools to break into their servers.
Far in excess of the SAR limit of 1.6
bad.
watts per kilogram.
Did you not hear
That's
the part
bad to
about
humans.
English, Harold?
The 5K cell towers could microwave people.
It's really weird because this episode's a few years old now, and 5K, which we now know as 5G here. I don't know what they call it in America. Maybe they do call it 5K. Was in its infancy of, telecommunication companies thinking what the next progression level was going to be for cell towers and internet data and all the works of it. But now it's all in operation, and because everything that's gone on in the last 2 years with coronavirus and people thinking Bill Gates are trying to microwave us all with 5G cell towers, it's what's made this really, really prevalent to today, as to all the conspiracy theorist nutjobs out there that think cell towers are there to just track us and kill us. But if that's what's been hidden in this company, that the wattage output of these things is at a dangerous level. This could turn it all around.
She was trying to stop it from happening. After seeing this report, she said she wouldn't sell anything that was going to hurt people.
Yes.
And they framed Chad for a murder.
But if that's the case, and they're trying to... They've killed her to basically silence her because she was going to pull the plug. Surely whoever it is, they know further down the line they're going to end up with God knows how many lawsuits if this is really the case. Or is this literally a plain and simple cash grab? Well, don't care if it's hurting people. By the time they find out, we've made all of our...
Bryson in a heated dispute with his wife, Caroline Mills, just 2 days before she
Well,
was
I
killed.
think our fixer's fighting back. He suspects a mole on the jury. He leaks this, and it cuts off our contact with Harold.
Where is your internet connection? Morse code. Relax. Finch. It's me.
Who's me?
Please stop pointing. It's not
That's awfully quick Morse code there.
Finch, get out on your
balcony.
Now.
Now.
Yeah. You've got seconds here. This is serious.
Don't. Please. You don't have to do this.
Yes, I do, or someone else will get hurt.
I know someone's using you to fix the trial. And I know that you've only gone along with it to protect others. Caroline had the courage to stand up for what's right.
Yes, which is unusual.
We'll help you do the same.
Any luck proving Rustin killed Carolyn?
Not yet, but I have a lead on the
We
fixer's
need
location.
more.
Do you know who's behind this?
No, I got the jury summons. I opened it. No one was there. There was a brown envelope.
Full of newspaper clippings about the trial.
People would die.
Why didn't you call the police?
I started to call 911, but there was a gunshot. Of all the people that were in that jury room that day, he picked me. Why? Did he know something about me? Was it because I let them take my job?
He said he was going to hurt people, and he wasn't lying about that.
You're
But can
prepared
you
to
imagine
believe
how
him.
that would feel? To know that something bad was going to happen.
I know I'm supposed to say allegedly when I talk about this stuff, so here you go.
Zoe, that fixer we've been looking for, he's on the jury.
So he had Emma do the dirty work, and he was watching her the whole time.
That's the whole point of using honest Emma, the school mom, to persuade people instead of doing it myself. But just like the rest of your life, Emma, you screwed this up royally, and now Harold has to pay the price.
No.
So this one's on you.
No. There you go. I'm not sure I'd give you a hand.
I don't want to see us stand trial.
Yeah. That's the easy way out, even though it wasn't done purposeful.
Mr. Rustin, how do you respond to allegations that your company's 5K towers pose significant health risks?
No comment
Your
at this time.
company's going.
Get me on the next flight to Beijing.
As Caroline's right
I
hand,
didn't care.
you had access to her home. And Chad Bryson, he may not have had a 45, but you do. Don't call me.
Bastard.
After what happened, I saw you in glasses are worried the same thing's gonna happen to me. And you know what? It might.
Yeah.
And I'm fine with that.
I'll get to decide what or who I'm willing to die for.
Yeah, I get it.
I made my choice a long time ago. So stop shutting.
I'm sure you'll be glad for things to get back to normal.
Well, actually, my normal sucks. I hate knitting. I think I might go back to teaching.
I think there are lots of students out there who could use a teacher like you.
Could always teach online.
Thank you, Harold.
I've been thinking a lot about our last talk.
And?
For a long time, I've been afraid. Loss is inevitable.
Eventually.
So is love.
Maybe it's time for some new habits.
I shouldn't receive another jury summons for quite some time, so that's something, I suppose.
Maybe Dominic's the reason they went missing.
Probably.
I thought we agreed to leave Detective Fusco out of our business for now.
I tried.
He.
It's like a fungus.
None of it.
Can't bring anyone new into this. We also can't do this alone.
That's why I hired you.
Okay, episode 14. That was an enjoyable episode because it's been the first one for quite some time where the main kind of storyline and us trying to track down Shaw and everything has been put to one side. We're kind of at a stalemate for the time being, and things are really dark and bleak. No word about Shaw. No word about Root. Them thinking that the only people they should keep involved in this now is them two. And then right at the end we get Fusco going, look, I don't care what you've decided. I made my decisions a long time ago, and I get you worried that what happened to Carter, what might have happened to Shaw could happen to me, and it probably could, and maybe one day will. But it's my choice what I do, how I do it, and how I go. But I think they're right in saying you don't bring anyone new into this. Interesting episode as regards doing it from a jury standpoint. I'm still not sure whether that was just luck of the draw, or rather the opposite, that he got jury duty on a case where they needed to be able to root out what was going on, because that would have gone precisely as that handler wanted it to go had Harold not been there. Was that anything to do with the machine's intervention, or wasn't it? It didn't give any indication that it did. So I don't know. But there's not really an awful lot more to say on that episode, with our main story being put on the back burner here. Except Reese and his, appointments, shall we say, sessions with this counsellor has maybe started to open him up to other avenues. Whether that is just him finally realising that you can't just stay closed off to everybody forever because you've spent your whole life where every time you've got close to someone, they've ended up dead. Especially the last one, with it being Carter, really affected him, and his ex as well, who he walked away from, and she still ended up dead, which was actually nothing to do with him and none of his fault. But it still happened. And maybe he's feeling he needs to open up to it. He's struggling with the Shaw thing as much as Harold is. Harold doesn't quite show it as much, and weirdly enough, Reese being the tough, loner, military-trained operative that he is, you would expect to be the one that's actually showing less. But at the moment, he's starting to realise that he has got a couple of people around him that can help him develop those skills that he's curtailed all of his life for one reason or another. Whether he's interested in her romantically as well. If I had to hazard a guess, I would say yes. Whether it will go down that route or not, I don't know. No pun intended, route. Right, that will do. We will be back for episode 15. Maybe we might get something more on shore. But in the meantime, we've also got this going on with these three missing that were in with Elias, like this. And it could be to do with the Brotherhood and Dominic. We've got so many things still going on. But it all took a back seat this episode. I think they did it just for a change of pace. And we'll see what happens. Right, if you want to watch this, I'm sure you know by now we do 2 episodes a week. If you want to watch the full-length episode, just check the link in the description. That will take you over to my Patreon, where you can watch it in full length. There's plenty of tiers for you to choose from over there. And if you're not already subscribed and you enjoy Person of Interest, please give the video a thumbs up, guys. I would very much appreciate it. And hit that sub. We are going to hit 50,000 subscribers in this next year. And with your help, I will get there. Right, I think I'm done. I will see you for the next episode in a few days. Take care.